All right. So welcome back to this is I guess technically officially episode 1.
Yeah,
Me and Raj did episode 1
we did
like
the
2 weeks
prequel.
ago, and went ahead and disappeared on us. So, but this is good
Oh,
way.
word.
Yeah, we recorded it,
Yeah.
and it actually didn't record for whatever reason. So it's all good though. We're opening up the right way. Well, the whole point of that first one was just to get a test
Yes.
one done out of the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
So
like
if I fucked
a
something
dry
up,
run. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. Yeah.
we spent an hour talking about some stuff, and it's gone, but it's all good.
It was
That
a good
was
time.
that's why we did it.
It,
You know what I
it,
mean?
it,
That's why we did it.
it's in here. It's in
Mm,
here.
It's all up there. It was good. Y'all missed out. But it's all
Should have
good.
been
So
there.
officially episode 1/episode 2 with our great friend Luther Smith. Super happy to have you here, brother. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with us. For those of you that don't know, the idea behind this podcast is to talk to people from the fight community and talk fight stuff, but also all the other cool stuff that we're all into. The comics, the movies, sneakers, clothes, all the stuff that we all love that really brings us together. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people from outside of the fight community don't realize. I think people think that's if you do fighting stuff, that's like all you do. They don't realize that. Like I know I could tell you more about the movies that are coming out this year than what fights are coming up at this point. It's
Yeah.
crazy too, is I remember, man, when I first started training, like I could tell you every UFC that was coming out, and every person that was on that card for like the next 6 months. Like I was a nerd, I was in the chat rooms talking shit to
Yeah.
people and
Yeah.
like, I'm going to do
Yeah.
this. I'm going to do, what I mean? I was one of those
Yeah.
guys. And then, and I remember my Muay Thai coach, Jose, I was like, yo, this fight's coming up. And I was all excited. Like, what are you thinking? He's like, oh, damn, I didn't even know. And I was like, what? I thought it was so weird back then that, but then
And now
over time, yeah, I understand now. It's like, man, that's the last thing I'm thinking about at this point.
Yeah.
I do this shit every day. Like,
Yeah, you live it. You live it. So
live
you
it.
don't pay attention to you don't pay attention to a lot. Well, you pay attention a lot less to
Yeah.
what's going on TV and stuff like that.
Yeah, obviously I hear about the big fights and get excited about those, but like all the undercard stuff, I don't know what's going on anymore. But we'll try to change that with this podcast. I'm gonna try to make sure I'm up on top of my shit.
That's
So
what's
yeah,
up,
so we
man.
figured do our Luther is fighter, coach, father, entrepreneur, designer, pretty much everything you can think of.
All that, baby.
all of it. And we're gonna get into all that stuff. We're gonna go through it, go through all those things, and then so real quick first, we'll just do like a check-in. Roger, how you doing, brother? What's going on? What are you up to? What you got happening?
All right. Just recently moved out here in Virginia now. Just messing around with stuff, waiting for COVID to let me go outside and play. But yeah, that's up with me.
What about you, Lou? What you got going on right now currently? I know you always got some stuff in the works.
I'm chilling, man. I'm just first of all, thank you for having me on the podcast, man. I really appreciate it. If it gets too windy or whatever, let me know. I'll relocate. But man, as of right now, I'm just chilling with the family, man. As you can see, I'm outside. I ain't snowed in like y'all. But yeah, I'm outside chilling, man, and just working on some things, waiting on my my storage stuff to get here so I can get my gym popping and just spending time with the family and be doing a little traveling and stuff, man. But other than that, man, just low key, slow motion in the ocean, baby, chilling.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I want to.
Yeah.
So I figured we'll work our way through like the Luther timeline and get caught up to where you are right now because it's really interesting.
Okay.
I think people will dig that, like what you got going on now. Because I do. I think it's sick.
Cool.
And man,
Cool.
timing wise, like I'm excited to talk about that. Like timing wise, it like couldn't have been better. Like
Perfect, right?
Yeah, like I'm like, man, I wish I was where he's at right now because I'm like,
yeah, bro. I
just
feel you.
timing wise, it was crazy. It was like you escaped right before all the shit hit the fan.
Yeah, man. And what's crazy about all that, man? I know we said we're gonna get into it later, the timeline and stuff. But what's crazy about all this been in the plan, in the works for years, and like I was telling you, man, all this has been in plan for years. I ain't just wake up and do this, So
No.
it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's been an interesting journey, and I'm blessed to be here. Blessed to know good folks like y'all, and just be staying positive, bro. You know how I go.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, so
man.
let's do these called quick dive topics. So we won't spend a
Okay.
ton of time on this stuff, but um just like, recent things that popped up this week in the pop culture world. So one thing that
Okay.
I'm super excited about, the Justice League Snyder cut. So this is the cut of the Justice League that Snyder intended to come out. We're not sure how crazy it's going to be,
Yeah.
if it's going to be any good or not, but they did give us an official release date. So it comes out in March. Now I forgot. Was it the 21st or 8th? No, it's the 18th.
18th.
It's a Thursday. Yeah. So March 18th on a Thursday, which is dope. And just a quick side note, that's actually the day before the Falcon and the Winter Soldier first episode drops too, which is pretty cool. So we'll get a whole bunch of good comic book stuff that weekend. So what do you think, Roger? No, DC is DC is Roger's
Failing.
world.
Ooh.
He's a DC guy. I mean, I would consider myself a Marvel guy, but I mean, I like comic book stuff in general, so I'm hype about pretty much anything that
Yeah,
comes out. They didn't do a great job with this stuff. I think we all
no.
can, but
Yeah, like
yeah, you
they
go ahead, you take it away, Raj. It's your
I'm
world.
I'm excited for it. There's just so much to improve on based off of the like what we got originally as
Right.
far as the Justice League title. So I'm not trying to. I've got to stop overhyping things in my head and being disappointed. So I'm excited
Yes.
just to have some new, see Ben Affleck's Batman back on the screen and do
Yeah.
some more stuff. So that hopefully,
I
we
hope
get.
we get a lot more Ben Affleck Batman in this one.
It was
The
the most enjoyable part
the
about it.
opening scene of Justice League when he's on the roof is like, man, I want to live in that world. Like I literally, like I've always had a vision of the set. Like I've been if you guys that don't know, I've been wanting to do a show like this forever. Roger was actually going to try to help me set it up like in 2017, and my
Yeah.
main thing was I wanted a set. I wanted it to look like Late Night with the Fallon. I wanted like the city in the background, and realistically, I would like it to look like that opening scene did in Justice League, where they're up on like a rooftop with the city in the background, like almost like in Living
That should
Color.
be tight. That should
Yeah,
be
you know
tight.
what I mean? Like we're on the rooftop, late night, we're making
Yeah,
late
yeah,
night
yeah.
moves. Like, so
Yeah.
anyways, that scene, man, I was just like, man, that's super like the Batman that I've been waiting to see, because they really reminded me of the animated series
Yeah.
from back in the 90s, which was super dope. So
Yeah.
yeah, I hope we get some more of that. I feel like that would be really sick. I'm interested to see what he comes up with. I think, like you said, Roger, I think if you keep your I think a lot of times with the DC stuff, if you keep your expectations like just kind of right here, you'll probably come out okay.
Entertained.
Yo, but
Entertained.
look,
Yeah.
but check this out, man. Like, and I don't have the comic book background, that the knowledge that you guys have and
Here
stuff
we
like
go.
that. No. Nah, what I'm saying is, what Jason just said was, like, if you keep your expectations low, then you're gonna be happy. Like, to me, that alone makes me not even want to see it. If I
Yeah.
gotta keep my shit low
Yeah.
just to be, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, word. Like, I can't get it. I can't get too excited, because you never know. Like, it is just, I don't know, man. Like, I'm definitely gonna. I go check out all the movies and stuff like that, whether it's DC or Marvel, just to get out and catch up. But yeah, I don't have that extensive knowledge that y'all
I
got
think
about the
you're in a
comic
better
books and stuff.
position then, because
Yeah.
like I remember when Venom came out, and you fucked with Venom real hard, and I was like, man, I couldn't.
Yeah, I liked it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's because we go in with these expectations of what it's gonna be
Yeah.
and how they're going to portray that character, just all these things. And then
Ah, okay.
got that, like, you're like, oh man.
It's
So
fresh. It's fresh. It's
it's
fresh and new to
fresh.
me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's one of those things where
yeah,
like not knowing makes it better, I think,
yeah. Yeah, I
So
thought it was funny, and I actually like him better than Spider-Man. But but I know
yeah,
how
they
you
kind of
feel
went
about
like
that.
a Deadpool route with it almost.
There you go. There, yeah, I couldn't put
Yeah.
my finger on it, but
But
yeah, with
he's not
the
like that
comedic.
at all in the comic books. He's like basically a serial. I mean, he bites people's
Oh,
heads
okay.
off. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's like, yeah. But I mean, they had, I don't know. They
Yeah,
have to do what they got to do to make it enjoyable for not
yeah.
just the comic book, audience people. So I get it. So we'll see. We'll see what
Got you.
happens with the Just League.
Got you.
Comes out on the 18th
Yeah.
on a Thursday. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Moving on, So one of my favorite shows on television, Atlanta. I think they did 2 seasons and then it went off. It got canceled or whatever happened, and then I think really what happened was Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. He had the hit with "This Is America," and then like people
Uh-huh.
started checking for him again.
Yeah.
And I feel like after that, he got like a little bit of a resurgence, and people were like, "Oh man, like we should get Atlanta back on or something." Whatever it was, they decided. I think last year they started announcing that they were going to do a new season this year. So the plan was to start filming last year, but obviously with COVID and stuff like that, it got pushed back.
Yeah.
So they're not going to. I think
And
they're saying start
that's a
production.
hilarious show. Yo. That's a
Man,
hilarious ass
it's
show.
it. The
That's
thing
I
is
see.
like, especially if you really, I feel like if you're like live like a funny life already, like you just feel, and if
Yeah.
just struggled even a little bit at any point in your life,
Yeah,
like
you connect to it. You connect to it
yeah,
better, man. Yeah, you connect to it better. But it's
it's
like that with all
it's
movies. But
very
yeah, man.
relatable, man. And
There
I
you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Aaron were watching it, and I was just like, yeah, I know what he's going through right now. I've been without a car. I've been through all
Yeah.
that, just trying to, and you got these dreams and you got this, you're trying to make it, but things always
Yeah.
come up and make things tougher. And it's just a really
Yeah.
good show. And I like it. It stands out in the way that they film it, because obviously Donald Glover's kind of like the main character, but
Yeah.
so is Paperboy and everybody else that's in it. Lakeith Stanfield, he's like my favorite actor, one of my favorite actors now because of that show. And he plays Darius, the roommate of Paperboy. But they'll spend a whole episode with like one of those characters sometimes too. They had
Yeah.
the whole episode with Darius when he goes to
Yeah.
pick up a piano, and the Teddy
Yeah. They
Perkins that
spread
looks
the
like
love. They spread
Michael
the love.
Jackson. That
Yeah.
was like a crazy episode. And they did one whole episode even with Zazie Beats, who's also really awesome on there.
Yeah.
Where she like went to Drake's house for like New Year's and he wasn't even
And he never
there.
showed up. Yeah, he never
Yeah.
showed
And then
up.
he was like on tour or something, and they were
Yeah,
like
yeah,
taking
yeah.
pictures with the cutout of him for
Yeah.
Instagram. It's
Yeah.
just a
It was
really
crazy.
smart show. Like it's the way it's written and filmed and everything. And I'm actually so I wanted to. I've been writing a script for a Level Up like gym series, and
Yeah.
obviously that one, like I wanted the easiest way to put it is like it's like Entourage, but with a gym, and like the crew of fighters, like a lot of the stuff that we all went through coming up and everything, like will be in there. But one of the other things that I really wanted to do was kind of borrow from Atlanta, like the way that they do it, where like it might be with one of the other characters, like for a whole episode and stuff like that too. So I'm actually going to start filming almost
Got you.
a prequel to that series, and we'll run it through this YouTube channel too. So that's like the official announcement for that. I'm going to start writing out some scripts and start filming some stuff, just about some, like I feel like it's one of those things where if I explain it, it's going to sound boring, but once it's filmed and you see it, you're like, especially the people that have been in this world are going to be like, oh man, like at weigh-ins and stuff that we all
Yeah.
go through, all the little moments, less about the fights and more about the human aspect of what this life is like. I think will be
Yeah.
interesting for people to kind of help understand what we deal with and all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, so anyways, Atlanta season 3, we'll see. Hopefully they get it shot this year, and then we get some new episodes maybe by the end of the year. I don't know. It depends on how fast they can crank it out. But I'm assuming probably not till next year. And then WandaVision. Luther, I don't think you probably haven't had a chance to catch those yet.
No, I haven't, man. I mean, I told you, man, I ain't been on my TV like I used to be, man,
Yeah,
since
you
I
got
hit the
other stuff
road and
going
stuff.
on, man. I
Yeah.
understand. I have
Yeah.
too much time on my hands, I guess, if I'm able to watch all these shows. But now I can make the
No.
excuse that I need to. I don't.
You more
I don't. I be watching
Research.
TV till
yeah.
4 in the morning. Yeah, now I can use the excuse. I'm like, well, I got to talk about it on the podcast, so I need to watch all this stuff.
Yeah, there you go. It's considered research now when you
It's
do it. You know
research.
what
I
I'm
can write it
saying?
off mentally.
Yeah.
Write it off. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
yeah.
had a really good episode this week. I think we talked a little bit about it on the lost episode of this podcast. The first couple
Yeah.
episodes, they lost. I knew when they so the first two episodes they shot it. It's like a old sitcom. The first and each episode it goes up like a decade. So like the
Mm.
first episode was like 50s, the second episode was like 60s, like uh what was that? I guess it was kind of like I Dream of Jeannie, the first episode, and the second one was I don't know, like
Which I love you.
Bewitched. Yeah,
Mark
yeah,
Twain.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
kind of moving around
Bewitched.
in
And
there.
then this one was kind of like the Brady Bunch slash Partridge Family or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. So they're like
Yeah,
they're basically
I gotta check that out,
it's
man.
pretty cool. It's a really cool concept
Yeah.
and I at first I was like man they because they put the first two episodes out and then they're doing one a week. They're really short. And I was like man they're gonna lose a lot
A
of
lot.
people
Yeah.
with those first two episodes because in my mind I was actually thinking if people don't fuck with those old TV shows like that, like they're gonna be like, what is this? Like they're like
Yeah.
expecting to tune in and get Wanda
Action.
and
Yeah.
Vision and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel
They'll
and
be
all this
Cool
stuff.
lost. They'll
stuff.
be
It's
Yeah.
a
lost. Yeah.
sitcom
Yeah.
thing. Well, you know what's crazy is it just hit me because I was like, I guarantee you when they do the reveal of like what's
What's
going
going on?
on,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna and that was this week, but it just hit me yesterday too. And not even about the people not feeling the old shows. I totally didn't even think about, and this kind of we were just talking about with the Venom and stuff. Uh, the majority of the people, or not maybe not the majority, but it's probably like half at least, are people that know Wanda from the Marvel
Co-
movies.
Yeah.
So like all of us that know her powers, like we just know like, okay, well, she just
She's
changed
doing what?
reality and
Yeah.
made this TV thing. But then it just hit me yesterday because a guy that we train with, John Kim, who used to train with at 88, he was like, Jason, what the fuck is going on? He's like, why how are they in the 50s when this is supposed to be after Endgame? And I was like, shit, like he doesn't
He
know
doesn't know her powers and whatnot.
anything about
Yeah.
her powers. And I was like, that's actually probably a huge portion of the people are just tuned into this show and are like, what the fuck is going on? But like the people that know her powers, like she can just say what she wants and the whole world will change to how she wants it to be. She just has to speak it. She's super
Damn.
powerful. Yeah. So
Yeah.
she in the show, what's going on is she created like a little pocket universe and made it like the old sitcoms, I guess she grew up watching, so she could have the life that she wants to live.
Mhm.
But we all the
Okay.
people that know the comic character knew that right away. So, but then I just realized like I'm like, damn, Marvel really kind of dropped the ball on that because there's a lot of people that don't know that she's able to do that are probably just like, what the fuck? They're like, who's the villain and what's this? I'm like, there's
Mhm.
not a villain. She just created, but I realized like a lot of people don't know that. So I was like, I really think that they should have put this whole series out at once so people could have just
Just go
watched
through
through
all.
it,
Yeah.
and then I think it would have moved through it faster. And I know that Joe's said the same thing. I always watch their stuff after the episodes. The Angry Joe Show, I always check in to see what they think. They do a little review on all this stuff, and they were saying the same thing. I think they missed the mark a little bit and probably lost a bunch of people. But everyone that saw this episode this week is back on board with it, so should be okay. What you check this one out this week, right, Raj?
Yeah, I got bits and parts. It's just, I was more excited because like how big the Marvel universe is. They're bringing out like all the medium sized characters.
Yeah, I like
Just
that
kind
too,
of just
man.
pull them into the show.
I really like that. And
Uh,
getting into the sword stuff, and
yeah,
I know
and
they have a series planned on with sword, which will be with Nick Fury, and hopefully we get Rambo in there too. And yeah, they got some of the
so
obscure funny characters and stuff like that. I think
popping back in.
the show's turning around. I think it's going to be really good. I'm glad. I've been telling people on Facebook and stuff. I'm like, man, just hang in there. Trust me. Like when they do this reveal, it's going to make sense, and you guys are going to like it. And then it's okay. So last little thing, because I know we're kind of going along with this stuff. Me and Raj both checked out the Little Things, which came out this week. So I know for me, especially with obviously we want to do this podcast and talk about um things that movies and shows and stuff like that are coming out, and it's been a slow trickle since COVID started, obviously, because there's just production things got messed up and they're slowing things down. And Warner Brothers made this deal with HBO Max to start dropping movies pretty regularly now on through HBO Max that would have gone into the theater. So the one that came out this week, The Little Things with Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and
Jared Leto.
I'm
Jared
definitely
Leto.
gonna check that out. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna check that out.
man, it's
Yeah,
it
I'm
looks
definitely gonna
and
check that
sounds
out.
really awesome.
Yeah,
The
Denzel
trailer
in it,
was
man. It
sick,
gotta be good. It gotta be
man.
good with
The
Denzel in
acting is on point.
The acting is on
it.
point. It's not a great movie. I won't spoil it for you. I won't spoil it for since
Okay.
Luther hasn't
All
seen it for
right.
sure.
All right.
There's just
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
what I will say is there's like a double reveal at the end. Uh and I feel like you can't have a double reveal because then it's like they cancel each other out. So I'll leave it at that. And
Okay. Yeah, I'll check
I
that
don't
joint
want to
out.
ruin it for you, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's it could have been, I don't know. So now I'm getting nervous now because uh I know they're like the streaming services, Netflix and HBO Max. Like, so HBO Max dropped one called Lockdown a couple weeks ago too, which was
Mhm.
also not super good, but it had Chiwetel Ejiofor and Anne Hathaway and Ben Kingsley, and it was about
Well,
the pandemic, and
in
then
that
it
one,
turns into like Ocean's 11, but that one was also not so great either. So I'm starting to get nervous that we're gonna like that they're getting these movies out for us, but they're like not really trying hard. You know what I mean?
Hey
Lockdown
man,
was
look, look,
weird.
look. All you gotta do is keep your standards low.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's coming.
Keep your standards low, like you do,
Oh,
like you do
nah.
with a comic joint.
Lockdown. I think I would have enjoyed Lockdown more if I didn't expect what the trailer like presented.
Right. They
Right.
made it
So
look
like
like it was gonna be like
instead of
Ocean's
lowering
11
my
or something.
expectations, it was like I was lied to.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just I was sitting through the movie trying to get to that part, but yeah, that one, and then the other one on Netflix with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. Outside the Wire, also not so
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, I seen that. I did see that.
What'd you think of that one?
It was okay.
It was
It
all
was
right. Yeah,
okay.
that's
Yeah,
like
it was good. It was a
I
good.
don't think Anthony
A good.
Mackie can carry the movie on its own.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. But the movie itself, it was good. It wasn't the best I ever seen, but I didn't fall asleep through it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, it got through it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. I think we all
There you
appreciate
go.
anything right
Yeah.
now, but it's like that's three in a row now where I'm like I was
Yeah.
excited because I'm like, man, I'm hoping I'm like, all right, cool. We're like getting some movies again to watch, and we can watch them right from home, which is always dope.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But then three of them where I'm like, damn, I was like, I mean, it was all right, but so I'm
Yeah.
getting nervous, man, because I'm like, are they just not trying anymore? Like they're not putting the finishing touches and making sure doing
What
reshoots when they rewatch it or something to make sure that like they're just like, it's good enough. These motherfuckers don't care because they're stuck at home.
Yeah, that's what
Put
I
it
was
up.
about to say. They probably just putting it out. That's good. They'll take what we give them.
was
Yeah, I
that
don't like that.
the little things? I think it was it Seven Deadly Sins with like Brad Pitt and
Yeah, 7.
Seven. There we go. Like the ending of that scene of that movie was what I felt like was overlapping.
Yeah, and it's almost like they were trying to do something like that,
But
and
just
but it was
swung
just like not at
way
all.
high for
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was too bad because you got
You got the cast for it.
I'm pretty sure. Do they all have Oscars? Jared Leto, Rami Malek, and Denzel. I'm pretty sure they've definitely all been nominated.
I know
I
Denzel.
should have
Right
already
now.
had this. I mean, I know Jared
Yeah.
Leto got one for Dallas Buyers Club. I think for like best supporting. Rami Malek, I believe, got one for
Best actor in 2020.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep. Rami has one, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Confirmed.
Denzel
Got one for
for
everything.
Glory, right? Yeah, I think he's got a couple. I'm pretty sure he got one for Glory.
This is Oscars.
Yeah, he's got multiple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glory.
he should. Yeah, he should.
Malcolm X,
Yeah.
the Hurricane.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we
Malcolm X.
go.
Oh, and the
Yeah,
Hurricane.
Light.
Damn.
everything.
Yeah, Glory. God, I love that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
one's just, man. When, Lord, when's
that's
gonna be our time? I was like, oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, that's definitely one. That's definitely a classic right there, man. You can't,
And my man
all
Matthew
the way
Broderick.
around.
That was funny because back in the day, everyone used to call me Ferris Bueller, like when I was real young, because I feel like we had similar features or whatever.
Yeah,
So in like elementary school, people called me Ferris Bueller. So then he made that one, and he was with them, and I was like, yeah, that's my dog.
yeah,
But yeah, I love that movie, man. That's a good one.
yeah, man. Yeah,
So
bro.
okay, so last little thing, and then we'll jump into the meat and potatoes of this thing, talking about our man Luch. So I got a cool announcement. We're gonna team up with Third Eye Comics, which is by far the best comic book store I've ever been to in my entire life. We're actually
That's
gonna
what's
have
up.
the owner Steve Anderson on in a week or two, and we'll probably have him on here and there just to kind of check in with him and stuff. He's one of the best businessmen I've ever met in my entire life. If you've ever been to that comic shop, I mean, he runs it just perfectly. Like he has everyone trained the exact same way. You walk in the door, everybody greets you. They ask you, if you need help, but not in like a pushy way. Um,
Got you.
and they,
That's
man,
what's up.
if you go in there more than twice, like they know what you're reading, they know what you like. I mean, they're on it. Like when I go in there, they're like, "Oh, Jason, like there's a new Spider-Man thing and this and that." Like they remember everything, man. And he runs a really awesome business. I have a I have a like a little montage of the store that will pop up here. Um, so you guys can at home can kind of see what the shop looks like. I mean, it's not like a little hole in the wall place. It's like a giant kids toy store. It's got everything. It's freaking awesome. So, anyways, we're gonna team up with them every Friday. I'm gonna shoot over there, pick up my stuff, and link up with Steve. And Steve's gonna do like a top 3 or 5 new comics for the week, just to kind of keep everybody updated on what came out and what they should check out and stuff like that. And so yeah, we'll be checking in with them weekly, just to bring you guys some comic book news too. So I'm pumped about that.
Oh, congrats, man. Congrats on that. That's
Third
what's
Eye
up. 'Cause
Comics,
I know you.
baby.
Yeah. You've been talking about them for years, bro. You've been talking about
Yeah.
them for years.
And it's been cool because I've seen them grow. Like when we first opened. Well, actually, before Level Up, they've been open since before that. They were in a small spot. Then they moved into another bigger spot in Annapolis. Now they have this huge, like, almost like a warehouse space that they're in. Steve's got another warehouse space down the street from there that's like where they just house like the older comics and collections and just overflow stuff. It's really awesome. It's cool to see. It's cool to see.
That's what's
So
up.
Steve worked at a comic book store that I went to in Bowie, um, you know, in my like 20s. So it's awesome to see, him, and we'll obviously get into this more when we have him on, but just went from working in a store to opening a place, and now they have the main place in Annapolis. They have one in Waldorf. They just opened one out in Short Pump, our spot out in Richmond. We love Short Pump. Shout out Short Pump. And I think they have one other location somewhere too.
Short pump.
Short Pump is magical, man. We've had some
Yeah.
great times in Short Pump, Virginia.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember traveling through there, man. Oh, man, we had some good
Short Pump.
laughs too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Short Pump is where it's at, man.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so let's dive into this thing, man. So Luther Smith, uh, we'll just kind of go through the timeline. I know we'll kind of let you take it away from here. So we'll start off maybe. Well, you can tell us where you want to start off, but I know you went into the military and then went on from there. So let's talk about it, man. Let's get what made you decide to go into the military in the first place?
Man, look, I knew from about 10th grade that I was going to go into the military. First of all, I'm from North Carolina. I was raised in North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, right on the coast. It's a coastal town, home of Michael Jordan.
Hey,
People might, and when I say that, everybody always know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, just around that area, ain't too much going on, man. So, I just was like, well, it kills a lot of birds with one stone to join the military and get away and make some money, travel, see some different things. So that's what I did, bro. I did ROTC in high school, JROTC in high school, and just that was it, man. I mean, I once I started doing that, I just said that was it. Everything else just fell into place after that, man. Luckily, I got a great job. I qualified for a great job doing military intelligence, which is dealing with a lot of satellites and stuff like that, and good stuff. I got a top secret clearance, so I got to see some pretty cool stuff throughout my years. Fast forward 13 years later, I got out of the army and started working for NSA and as a contractor, doing more cool stuff, and just continuing to service the country, things like that, protecting y'all while y'all sleep,
And
you know.
you did.
And then
You got into the music. You were still in the military when you were doing your music.
no, I got introduced to music
Or was
while
that
I was in the
before?
military.
Yeah.
I got introduced while I was in the military, but I ain't really like jump into it heavy until like after I got like
Okay.
right on the tail end of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but my boy Rasan Tees, my boy
Yeah.
Teezo, he was always rapping and stuff, man, and stuff like that. So I got involved with that, and then started doing some audio engineering. I had some about 4 or 5 albums myself that I put out under the moniker of S Rock, Smitty Right on Cue. Did some music stuff and traveled a little bit of travel. Went to Canada uh, to check out some musical shows and was pushing my stuff out the trunk, straight
Yeah.
masterpiece style, man.
Yeah.
Straight masterpiece style, man. So joined ASCAP and all that good stuff. So I still get royalties and all that stuff from my music, things like that. But that was a phase that I went through for several years, man. I opened my own studio in my house. I bought a whisper room and was cleaning, mixing, mastering. Everything was done in house,
Yeah.
from rapping all the way down to pushing it out. So did all that for a while. Went to school for audio engineering for a little bit, and shoot, man, LLC myself as my studio, and just kept pushing along, man. But after that change of music, see, I'm like you, Jay. Me and you got similar music tastes. Little Brother, Pete
Yep.
Rock, things like that. But when that nothing against people that listen to this, but when that Soldier Boy and all that stuff started coming off and taking off, man, I kind of lost a lot of faith in doing music, and because I wasn't doing that crap.
Yeah, it's difficult. And it changed,
Yeah.
all that stuff changed the landscape so much because
Yeah, man.
the
Yeah.
era that we grew up, like, you heard Wu-Tang and Pete
Wu-Tang,
Rock
Nas,
and Mob
Jay.
Deep on the
Yeah,
radio.
man.
And it'd be
All
hard.
that. Yeah. And now you hear none of that now.
None of that
Yeah.
on the radio.
Yeah,
Jay-Z's
yeah,
probably
man.
the only one because he's always done a good job
Yeah.
kind of moving with the times and stuff like that. But a lot of those
Yeah.
people,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, so I kind of got discouraged after that, after that phase for a little bit. I was doing it sparingly then, but after a while, man, I just let it go all together and was just focusing on getting money, trying to get money and working and taking care of my family, bro. You
Yeah.
know how that go. So fast forward a little bit. After that, I walked into this little gym, man. My son, he liked to I'm about to go with this, but
Yeah.
my son, he was doing jujitsu, man. Me and his mother was looking for something for him to do in his spare time, BJJ, and came across Crazy 88. Uh, Took him there a couple times and started noticing that they had other uh, classes going on too, and I was just waiting on him to be done with class all the time. So instead of just waiting, I just decided to do some kickboxing myself, man. Walked around there, looked around who was in there, saw all these people that I thought I could beat up right away.
Probably could have
And
too.
nah, not all, nah, man. Not now that
Yeah.
I know what I know now, Yeah, man. And
Quite a few though.
that's when, yeah, yeah, and that's when I ran into you, bro. And ever
You had the
since
little
then,
brother
man.
T-shirt on, man. That's how I knew.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh, you fuck with little brother, because like you
yeah,
said, at that time, like that was like,
yeah,
okay, he listens to real music.
yeah, yeah,
Like coming in
bro.
with a little brother T-shirt on, it was like, okay, so this is somebody I knew that.
Yeah,
I tell that story all the time. I was like, yeah, I knew I was gonna like Luther right away because he came in with a little brother T-shirt on.
yeah, bro. Yeah, man. And ever since then, man, I remember I never forget what you said to me, man. I was like, yo, after a couple times of training with you and stuff, or taking the classes and things, I started really like looking at stuff and like, man, if I'm gonna be spending all this time here, man, I like fighting. So let me see if I can make something of it. And I sat down, I asked you, I said, yo, you think I could go somewhere with this joint? I ain't never gonna forget what you said. You said, hey, bro, you said, man, look, you come in here and put in the time, I'll put in the time with you. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. That's
I
it.
remember that. Yeah, he said, if you put in the time, I'll put in the time. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And sure enough, man, that's what I started doing. So, shoot, man, we went to uh, WK. Well, I did my first smoker down in Virginia,
Yeah, that was
down in
awesome.
Virginia.
Actually, right where
Yeah,
Roger's at
man.
now.
Yeah.
Roger's out that way now.
Yeah. Right where Raj at.
The meme
Yeah,
mugger. I
man. We did
remember
our
him.
first smoker down there, man. Yeah, the big dude stomping down the steps trying to scare me or whatever, man. Got knocked the fuck out. But anyway, yeah, and after that, man, it's just been it's been uphill. It's been a great time. I went and we went and what year did we go WKs, Jay? It was what
2015, I think, or
20 yeah
2014.
25th
2014,
2014
I think.
2014 I went and we won that. Shoot, man. And then everything else was fast tracking, man. Cause I'm a bit older, being that I started at 32.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, I was like, man, I gotta work fast. I knew all along that I was gonna have to work fast
Yeah.
if I was gonna make anything of it. If I was gonna do anything, I didn't want it to just be a waste of time. Cause man, during that time, man, I was going to work, putting in the hours at work,
Yep.
and then coming straight to the gym, putting in the hours to the gym, and then going home.
To the family and everything. Yeah, it was
And I did
tough.
that for yeah, man.
It's a
Yeah.
grind,
Just
man.
grinding, man. I did that
People
for like
don't know
did
that
that.
part,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly, man. See, a lot of these fighters you see now that's made it to the top, man. The motherfuckers put in work, bro. They put
Yeah.
in lots of work, man. Yeah, people don't see that part. It's true what they say, that little iceberg
Yeah.
analogy that they show.
Yeah. Just the tip.
The tip of the iceberg, yeah, you only see the tip of the iceberg when you made it. But underneath that water, man, that's all the grind, the hard work, the sweat, the time, it's really true about that, man. So but yeah, man. And then after we went to Worlds, I came back, man, with a new chip on my shoulder,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, okay, well, I didn't win, get gold, but I said, well, if I'm forward, I gotta go pro, So we had such a good time out of the world though, out of Italy, and
Yeah, that was an experience for sure. So we went out to
bro,
Italy.
yeah, man,
Was it Yumi, Pat, Jared?
yep, yep,
The
yeah. I
level
brought
up's first like out of country, international competition.
country, yeah. Yeah, man. I brought the family. I brought Rachel with me. Brought
Yeah.
the wife with me, man. We had a good time. It was really truly a great thing, man. Even at that point, I had said that even if I never made it to a big stage, that was good enough. Just to be able to come out there and experience something like that, and just meet a whole bunch of international fans and people that like kickboxing, stuff like that, man. But when we came back from Worlds, man, I had a mission. I had a mission, man. I either had to, I either had to, hey, let it go or go all in and go pro and try to take it up another notch.
Yeah.
That's what I did, man. So came back, went pro, and shit. Well, what we had that Brian Collette fight,
Took on super
and
short notice.
took
Yeah.
that short notice. I ain't never
Like
been,
2 weeks.
yeah, I know, yo, bro, I ain't never been, yeah, I never been kicked so damn hard in my life, bro.
Yeah. He's a
But yeah,
beast, man.
it was good, a good learning experience. I didn't care, man. Like, yo, when you jump out there like that and do in this business, you got to take chances, man. And you ain't gonna win them all. You ain't gonna
Nope.
win them all, but you ain't gonna know unless you try, man. So it was a good experience. Went out there, had that first fight. I know I'm talking fast. I'm just trying not to take up too much time, man.
No,
So
you're good. We ain't got nowhere to go.
went out there, we did that. Yeah, we did that, and then after that, man, I started looking around at different boxing joints and seeing what's going on in the boxing scene too, because I wanted to stay as busy as possible.
Yep.
Okay, if nothing went popping off in kickboxing, I wanted to, all right, okay, let's do some boxing. So I started digging into the boxing scene. You hooked me up with Tony Jeter.
Yep.
We started doing some matches down at Club One. Uh,
Hmm.
Shoot, man, made my boxing debut.
Yeah.
As far as and we did some numbers there, man, and bro, it's just been a great experience, man. It's been a great experience, even if it for somebody who has started at the age of 32 and only been doing this involved in this arena,
Yep.
the whole fight arena itself for about 7 going on 7 8 years now to this day, like it's still been a lot of accomplishments
Man,
that's been made in a short period of time for
100%.
me.
And people
To me,
don't
you know what I'm saying?
understand. People don't understand
Yeah,
like especially for boxing, like for you guys that if you guys that aren't familiar with how it works, like you there's a format and you either do it that way
yep,
or you aren't allowed to succeed. Like that's how boxing is very like by the
that is
numbers.
true.
Start when you're a kid,
Yeah,
you do your you do golden gloves, like real golden gloves, not just motherfuckers be like, oh, I did golden gloves, like signed up for it
yeah,
and didn't go and shit. Like you didn't do golden,
yeah,
dog. Like,
yeah,
and then you go like, nationals and all that stuff, try out for the Olympics, have like 300 amateur fights, and then you turn pro. And at that
yeah,
point, you have to also have a promoter on your side that's trying to push you,
Mm,
and they're trying to help you get the right fights and build you up. Like it's a very specific format, and if you try
yeah,
to buck the system and come in any other way, like they're gonna try to take you out.
yeah.
Uh,
They sure do.
and
They sure
and
do, man.
it is what it is. That you do it the right way, you can make millions of dollars, and live a great life and stuff like that. But it's a hard business to break into if you try to do it the other way. And a few people have been
Yeah,
successful, and I 100% agree with you. I feel like all things considered, if we told people that we planned to do what you did before we started, everyone would have been like, "That's never gonna happen." Like if like
exactly,
like if they said
exactly,
like if you said we're gonna do some fights with Tony, he's gonna get on like PBC and then fight for a Golden Boy, they'd be like, "That'll never happen. You're never gonna be able to
exactly,
do that." So
exactly.
absolutely, man, you did a lot
Yeah,
of stuff that just and it's crazy because it's crazy because all of the no's that we would get because of what the plans were and what you accomplished, all were just because of age, had nothing to do with your skill or your work ethic or anything.
exactly.
That's the frustrating part about
Yeah,
it.
man.
But like you
Yeah,
always said,
man.
knockouts
Yeah,
solve
man.
everything. You kept knocking people out, and it was kind of hard to deny
Yeah.
you those spots.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Exactly. That's become my like one of my things that I always look at, man. Yeah, you say all that, but if you go in there and get knocked out, then it's solved. The problem solved. But yeah, at that point, man, I didn't have no choice. I couldn't do it the old-fashioned way. I
No,
couldn't go and
you
take
time
years to
travel.
go to.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, man. So I had to do what I had to do, and I put my foot down and shit, quit my job. Was making good money too, 6 figures, and quit the job, talk to the wife, and say, look, I'm gonna give this thing a try. And that's exactly what I did, man. And yeah, like you said, bro, it's a process, and if you don't go by that book, by that process, man, they try to. It's very difficult, but I have a blast doing it, man, and I've accomplished a lot. To me, being around other fighters and stuff, and seeing what they've done, I've accomplished a lot more than some of these fighters have accomplished in 18 years of their fighting history. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we hung out with Mike Tyson for a weekend at
yeah,
Glory. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I got tired of, no, I mean, no disrespect to Mike, but he was in the way sometimes. Like I was like, come on, man. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like we hung out, man. I've sat and talked with Bernard Hopkins. I've
Yep.
sat and talked with Evander Holyfield. I've had talks with, man, like just those little nuances, those little things alone. I know people that's been boxing for a long time that hasn't been around that
Yeah.
type of, just to meet those type of folks, man, traveling and handling your own contracts, and and things like that, and negotiating your own pay and deals, like little things like that, man. That's special to me, you know. So
Yeah.
that's all part of it, man. And so I had I had a ball doing it, and wouldn't change nothing, you know. If I had to change anything, I would start in my 20s instead of
Right.
my 30s, and I definitely have somebody's title around my waist right about now. If that was the case, if I'd have just started in my mid 20s, you know, and kept going this same trajectory, dude, we definitely would have had a title or two. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, man. So, but yeah, man. So and that brings me to where I'm at now, man. I was gonna try to get about maybe 3 or 4 more fights in before this COVID stuff hit,
Yeah.
but that put a big damper on not just my plans, but everybody's plans,
Yeah.
obviously. So, but yeah, bro. You know, now the personal training I started doing after the COVID stuff hit, man, I started picking up on the personal training and just bringing a good attitude and health to everybody that I come into contact with, and trying to make it, making light of making being healthy fun. You know, using the boxing and the kickboxing that I've learned in these periods of time, and just using that as a motivational tool to motivate others and help them stay healthy and fit, man. So wrote a couple of books on the way,
Yep.
on the path, and just worked with some kids, lots of kids. It's just you seen it, yeah, you know what's up, and it's yeah, man. So uh,
And what's going on
it's
now? So for those that don't know, Luther packed up, left Maryland, in the RV, right at the right time, got out of here.
there it is. There she go.
There she
Hey,
is. Super smart
Yeah,
move, and just really, I
yeah,
feel like, in my opinion, it really worked out to be a great time because now, I mean, if we're
yeah.
literally all trying to stay away from each other, you're in the right spot.
Yeah, man. So with that was actually like I told you before, man. That was years in the planning stage too. It's something that I always, well, not always, but something that I here recently in the last about 3 or 4 years prior to doing this have been trying to get my grasp on and just doing something. I just want to spend time with my family, man. I got 5 kids, beautiful wife, and my kids are older now. 3 of my kids are, well, one of them's graduated college. My son graduated high school. He's doing welding now. And I got a 16-year-old daughter. She's still in high school. And then I got my youngest too. But I just want to, man. Once you make that leap and do something out of the ordinary, like quitting your job to go be a full-time fighter at age 30, whatever, you kind of
In the middle
lose.
of a
You kind of
career.
yeah, yeah, bro. Like you lose fear of doing new stuff. You just
Yeah,
lose
for
it.
sure.
Fear don't grasp you no more, man. It don't really rock with you no more. It don't bother you no more. Like I don't even know. I got some stuff planned, but in the next 7, 8 years, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do next. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't even know. You know, but yeah, just to speak on that, man, it's just something that I wanted to do. And down here on this property that I'm standing on right now, man, this is family land. My grandfather, his house is buried right on the other side of the camper, right on the other side of the RV,
Yeah.
buried in the ground. Like this land was, he worked this land. He had, and I'm talking about back in the day when black folks weren't welcome,
Right.
So this land was acquired from the how do you say it? Was acquired from our owners
Yeah.
back then,
Damn.
back in the day. So
They
yeah,
bought it
so it
from
used to
them.
be, yeah. He bought it.
Wow.
He bought it from them. I don't know how it came about it, but it fell into our family. And it used to be 30 acres, and this is the last 5 of it right here.
Yeah.
They
Damn.
sold. They had to sell off the other parts to take care of my grandfather when he was sick.
Yeah.
So to get the money to take care of him. But this part right here, my dad held on to, and it used to look. I don't know if you can see next to me. See those trees back there?
Yeah.
This property used to look just like that. But my father came down here by himself with his truck. This truck right here, this pickup truck right there, tied a chain to each one of those trees and was yanking them out of the ground to make it look
Damn.
like it look now.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't have no tractor, we didn't have none of that. But my dad came over here and he did all that, man. So it's only right that you know, he's up in age now. He's about to be 63. So it's something that I was like, okay, well, it ain't falling out of the family on my watch.
No,
And
definitely
so
not.
so
And
I
he lives close
decided to
by
go to.
there.
Yeah, he lives about 23 miles away.
All
He's
right,
only
that's cool.
he'll probably be rolling up in a little bit, but
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's my
Awesome.
guy,
this,
man. I love
yeah,
Pops.
man, yeah, good, great dude, man,
He
great dude.
is.
Yeah, we got horses back there and stuff like that, man. And it's just the kids, it's giving the kids a different view of life, man.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm always talking to them about, never being scared to do new stuff and taking chances and going for what you want. And we're all happy now, so that's what it's all about, man. Unfortunately, COVID is strickening the rest of the world and
yeah.
strangling the rest of the world, but out here, I ain't worried about none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
awesome. I think it's a cool, really cool way for the younger ones to grow up in.
yeah.
I've always said that Luther should write a book on being a dad because he's definitely one of the best fathers I've ever known. Has done a
Appreciate it,
really
man. Thank
awesome
you.
job with all his kids. I mean, if you meet his kids, they're just super well behaved. You can tell after just talking to any of them for a couple of minutes, they're all going to
Right.
do something.
Yeah.
Trinity actually I'm 100% hoping to hook up with to do some
Yeah.
projects through YouTube at some point too. She just graduated from Full Sail recently, which is a school I was actually looking at going to a while back.
Yep.
Just really sets you up to be pretty much successful. I don't think anybody's ever gone to Full Sail and not come out of there and had like a really strong career.
Yeah.
And she's super creative already. So it's just you get the technical knowledge there and put all that stuff together. I'm really excited to see all of her stuff when she puts it out all the time. So I know she's gonna
Yeah,
do some
man.
big stuff too. And
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Dante's always, he's probably gonna be the best
Yeah.
welder. He's probably gonna weld some crazy thing we never seen before too. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah. We had a long talk today. Excuse me. We had a long talk earlier today about his plans and stuff, and he's always picking my brain, and it's great to be able to have entrepreneurial knowledge to give to him, man. That's a
yeah,
blessing, man. Like a lot of kids don't get that these days, man. Like I'm all about having your own, working for yourself if you can.
absolutely.
Uh, or if you can't, at least, if you can't right away, at least, spend some
Start thinking
time on your
about it.
craft. Yeah, spend some time on your craft. Don't give all of your time to just working
Well, as soon
to
as you told me what he was doing, I am. My brain starts running. I'm like, man, we
yeah,
gotta get him to start a business where he welds together the bag poles because I'm like, there's only a
yeah,
few companies out there that are doing that right now, and they're all
yeah.
super expensive. So I'm like, man, he undercuts all those companies by $500. He's in there. And then obviously I got
Good.
the
Yeah,
reach to put him in touch with
yeah,
all these different gyms. So you tell me
yeah,
something and I
man.
start thinking all right away too. So I'm excited for him to get that
yeah,
going because I mean I got some work
yeah.
for him right off the bat too. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm proud of all my children, bro. I'm proud of all my children. I couldn't be more blessed, man. I'm be honest. I'm by far from rich when it comes to money. Ain't nothing, hey, bro. I struggle just like everybody else. But when it comes to happiness, bro, I'm a good trillion, gazillion, bazillionaire when it comes to that kind of shit.
Yeah, no
And that's
doubt.
what counts. That's what count for me anyway, man. But yeah, as far as the future, man, we're gonna continue traveling, seeing some things, safely as possible.
Yeah.
Bro, you heard about that damn highway collapsing on California?
No.
Highway one fell off
Haven't
into
heard
the
that.
ocean.
What? When did
Yeah,
this happen?
yeah, yeah. This morning,
Oh wow.
yes, either yesterday or this morning or something like that.
Man,
But
I've been
but
so
but that's
focused on this getting this show together. Luther popped in
yeah.
earlier, and I was in here going nuts trying to figure out my camera. Man, I haven't thought about nothing. Damn, that's crazy.
yeah,
Did people
yeah.
get
So
hurt?
nah,
That's good.
luckily a state trooper saw it, but that was the route we were gonna have to go to see that's like the scenic route of California. Everybody drives that route to go
The coastal
see
highway,
the
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the
Yep.
one. Yeah, man. And a big ass chunk of it just fell off into the ocean, bro.
Shit.
Gone.
That's
Just
crazy.
gone.
It's crazy times
Just
right now, man. I feel like I'm
yeah,
not even surprised.
yeah.
Like I don't know if you like y'all can see my face. Like
I,
I'm like
nah, I feel you.
that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, why wouldn't a piece of the highway fall off the earth right now? Like that's what we do now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's
Shit
going
just
on in the
falling.
that's what's
Yeah,
going on in the streets, you know? It's wild shit. It's just wild shit going on
yeah,
in the
bro.
streets right now.
Yeah. It's
Nothing
crazy, man. It's
surprises me
crazy.
anymore, man. It's just damn. I'm glad nobody
Yeah,
got
bro.
hurt though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
some
man.
craziness.
Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all check it out when y'all get a chance. But yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
so like
So as
right
far
now,
as
like your main you're there and that's like your base of operations, but you got I know you guys went to Texas recently, you took a road trip, and it's cool because you can kind of like pack up the house
yeah.
almost to take it with you. And you guys went out there to see
All I
your
gotta do,
sister-in-law.
my sister-in-law, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she right there in Houston. We got family in Houston too. Now, while I'm here, I got some buildings getting fabricated now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some buildings on the property, man. I'm gonna do my own local gym around here. There's kids and stuff around here that don't got shit to do.
Yeah.
You know
Nice.
what I'm saying?
That's great, man.
So,
I'm excited about that.
yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I'll do that. I get one. I got my stuff being delivered on the 4th, my house goods. And then I got
Mhm.
my storage building being delivered shortly after that. So I'm gonna take my household goods and stuff that I have from Maryland that's been in storage all this time,
Yeah.
put them in my storage bin that I bought, so I ain't gotta pay that damn storage fee no more. And then after a while, they got these prefabricated buildings you can get, man. They're portable buildings. You just buy them and put them on your property or whatever. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put all my gym stuff in there and do the same thing I was doing when I was up there in Maryland, man. Train
Yep.
folks, man. I already got a client lined up. My FedEx delivery dude.
Oh
He's
wow.
like, yo, man, yeah, they see packages coming in with I fight for it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So they start asking questions, and they'll do a Google search. Like, oh shit, yo, hey, and they're like, yeah, I'll be like, come on, I'll train you. What's up? So yeah,
Yeah,
after the
that's the
4th,
move.
man.
Man, that's my
Yeah,
ultimate goal with Level Up for forever, especially after dealing with our previous property management. But I've always been like, eventually I'm gonna buy a piece of land and put one of those, like you
yeah,
said, like the prefab that looks almost like a big garage, and just set
yep,
it up myself and be paying
yeah,
on
bro.
something that is gonna be mine at some point because we spend so much
Yeah,
money, just like
yeah,
renting a
man.
house. It's the same thing. People don't
Yeah,
realize
man.
how much extra. The people that we're with now, Bico, are awesome compared to St. John's
Yeah,
property. So
for
shout
real.
out Bico. They're really awesome. St. John's,
That's what's up.
kiss my ass, man. I can't stand them. Man,
Well,
I've
yo,
never recommend them to nobody. They are
and
some hard people to deal with.
I feel you, man. As far as the next big thing I got in works, before I left Maryland, man, I got with like a financial team, and I'm down in New Orleans. I knew I was moving down this area, but I've been looking in the New Orleans area uh, for like a building or whatever. That's really all I gotta do now is find a building, and then we can start the process of getting it built up and stuff like that. But I'm gonna open up a smart gym, man. I already got all the plans ordered. I already got everything in play. Teams working on it. Just waiting to find a location.
Yeah.
But I've been kind of pausing on that because New Orleans is a real heavy area for storms,
Yep.
and it's
Yeah,
been
that's
really,
scary, huh?
it really tore up this area this year. I
Yeah.
think they had like record storm numbers this year, man. So I
Damn.
kind of put that on pause, and I'll just focus on this little thing. But yeah, the smart gym I got in play, man. Is, me, when I was just training the gym, I used to always use the punch trackers and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Pretty much everything is going to be with this COVID stuff popping off. You want to have kind of less people in the gym as you can, but you
Right.
still want people to come in and get a workout. So they got these smart these boxing smart tools that you can use. You can punch a like that boss rooting
Yeah.
that boss machine. You
Yeah.
can hit those things. You can get a bunch of those and set up and have them come in and work out on that and stuff. It's a whole process I got all documented up and everything. So I'm really not good at explaining it,
Yeah.
but I have it all documented up. My team, I got a financial team working on it, man. And everything's in place. I would just have to go to New Orleans and find out where I wanted to set it up at. But I'm putting that on pause right now, man, because of all this, not only the
Yeah, that's
COVID
probably
stuff, but the
smart right
storm
now.
stuff that's been tearing up.
That's
Yeah,
super
man. So
sketchy.
if anything, I relocated. Yeah, it was gonna be up there by the I'm gonna have the in that area by the Saint Stadium. Get that blanket out the way.
Mm.
Get that blanket up. Yeah, by the
Yeah, I like
Saints
that. I mean, I'm
stadium.
excited about the idea. I remember when you first told me about taking over the
Yeah,
property down there. I was like, man, that'll be
yeah,
dope. You
man.
build a little gym on there. And I know you're talking about
Yeah,
getting like
bro.
some tiny houses and stuff set up. You do like some Airbnbs,
5 of them.
get some people come
Yeah,
down there
yeah,
to to do some camps and stuff like that, like get away.
yeah. That would be
I
great,
think that's
man.
super smart, man. I'm excited. I'll definitely like to come down there and check it out and
Yeah,
obviously
come check it out.
want to talk, with the channel and stuff like that. One of the other things I want to do is help produce other people's content and stuff like that too. So obviously with want to link up with you to try to get some footage going from down there once that stuff gets set up and help kind of like film
For
some
sure,
stuff and
man.
get it up and everything too, so we can build that up. I'm trying to build this army. We got Raj, and he's got his Twitch stream. We'll put the
Oh
link to
yeah,
that down here at the bottom of the screen. So trying to link up with some
yeah,
other hustlers and get get some content out there. And I was telling you the other day, I've been really like watching all the content makers that are out in LA, and like a big thing, one of the reasons that they keep getting so many followers and those channels are so big is because they collab with each other, and then their
yeah, yeah.
audiences crisscross, and then it's just like it's like a snowball effect. So I'm like, there's not really
Everybody
anything
eating.
like that going on the East Coast, so we can get some stuff going. And the cool thing is we don't have to all be in the same spot because it's on YouTube. You just got to figure out ways to collaborate and stuff. So I got some big plans
Exactly.
for it, man. I've been writing it out, and we're going to use the podcast as like a jump off for all that stuff. And we're going to be bringing you guys a lot of content on this channel, and then also, shouting out the other channels that we work with so we can all help each other build and grow. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited, man. The future's looking bright. Now's definitely the time to figure out some ways for us to all pivot
Exactly.
because, like
Yeah.
you said, we're not sure what's going to happen with, I mean, I've been right in the trenches with COVID here at the gym the whole time, trying to do everything the right way, keeping the capacity low and wearing the mask and, disinfecting the hell out of everything. And luckily I have my
Yeah.
amazing wife, Erin, helping me with all
Yeah.
that stuff, kind of directing me because she's way, way smarter than I am, obviously. So I just listen to her. She tells me what to do,
Yeah.
and I say yes, ma'am, and
Yeah.
make it happen. But
Uh,
it's been working out, fortunately. Man, honestly, we knock on wood, we've been doing pretty good, all things considered, with all the stuff going on. The classes are
yeah.
as packed as we allow them to be. We're still getting new people coming in. We almost kind of had to rebuild everything because we had literally just moved, and then on top of it, like, we're in a temporary spot where people weren't really feeling it. I hated that space. And then
Yeah.
we're in there for a while, and everyone's kind of like, well, we'll link back up when the new place is done, which I totally understood. And then literally the week that they, like 2 weeks after they told us we were going to move in, all this popped off. So it was like, it's been a roller coaster
Yeah.
for sure, but all things considered,
Yeah.
we're still leveling up,
That's what's
and
up,
now we're here
man.
with the
Stay.
podcast, trying to keep things going,
Or new things.
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, man. And just stay positive. Keep yourself around positive people too. Keep yourself
Absolutely. That's
around
why
positive
that's one of the
people.
reasons why I miss
Don't.
you, man.
Yeah, bro.
You're the guy. You were I feel
Yeah.
like, for people that don't know, Luther was like always the guy on the team to kind of help pick everybody up.
Yeah,
Everybody
man.
always went to Luther for to get his opinion on things because I think the main thing is Luther always will tell you the truth. So sometimes people didn't want to hear that, but
Hey.
usually they always need to hear it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's always been good having you around, and you pick
Yeah.
people up and keep it positive and stuff like that. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Miss y'all too, man. Just keep y'all heads up, and like you said, keep leveling up, man. Doing
Yes,
exactly what
sir.
the fuck you doing. That's all you've been doing since I know you. So you know, in the face of adversity, man, just keep excelling. So that's all we can do, man. That's all we can do. Stay positive. Keep negative people from around you, no matter what. Nobody gets a pass. You
Nope.
Yeah.
doing something negative, you gotta cut them the fuck off.
Yeah,
Real talk.
I
That's
will
real spit.
say the the COVID thing helped me with that a lot because
Oh yeah.
because this thing like I feel, you always say you gotta keep your cup full so you can fill other people's cup. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
I always have strived to make sure I keep as many people's cup full around me as I can. And mine had been pretty empty for a long time. And then when the COVID thing came, I was just like, man, I ain't got shit for nobody right now. I gotta like look out for me for a change because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to there. I knew there was people counting on me, relying on me. And I'm like, if I don't get myself together now, I'm not going to be able to do that anymore in the future. So I
Yo,
definitely had to
but
like rearrange some things to get
yeah,
myself on point, and
yeah,
get back to, so I can get back to being the person that I feel like I've always wanted to be and have been, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. It makes sense, Jay. I used to tell you that. Yo. I used
Yeah,
to
you
tell you
did
that when we work, Pat.
all the
I used to tell
time.
you that
Yep.
all the time, bro. You
Yeah.
only got one. It's only one you.
Yep.
It's only one you, and you can't fill up everybody's cup with your pitcher empty. I
Yep.
used to tell you that all the time, bro. You gotta take care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
Got to. People eat you alive and spit you out, man. If you let them, they'll chew
Yep.
you up. Chew you up. Yeah, just keep yourself positive, and you'll start doing shit. You start. The ugly side of you will come out because the other motherfuckers
Yeah,
thinking
for
you know what I
sure.
mean. Yeah, So
Revolving energy.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. All that, man. Shit. Get your RV and just bounce.
Man, I'm telling you, I was like, like once you got down there and got set up, I was like, damn. I was like, he probably got a little extra space. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your
I have
RV and
plenty
go
of
down
space.
there. We do
Yeah,
some pads, like,
yo,
yeah, no, for
bounce,
sure. That's why
yo,
I was like, he's in the awesome. I'll see your videos of you guys like hanging outside watching the TV on the side of the thing. I'm like, that's
yeah,
tight.
bro.
I'm like, I'm trying to
Just
do that.
chilling,
Yeah, that's
just
dope,
chilling,
man.
man.
I'm
Just
happy for
chilling,
you. I'm
man.
glad everything worked out. I knew it would. You make things work out. I mean, that's how you roll. So it's cool
Appreciate
to,
it.
but it's cool to see it. It's cool to see. And like I said, it really just timing wise, I feel like it was like the most perfect time to go down there and be where you are right now. So it's
Yeah,
sick, man. And man,
yeah, man.
I figure we're going on about an hour and 15, so I feel we'll wrap it up here. But obviously
Okay,
want to check back in with you and have you on, a couple of times, obviously, whenever we can link
for
up
sure.
and stay up to date with what you got going on down there. And
I
um,
always make time for you.
yeah, I
I
appreciate
always
that.
make time, bro. Always, homie. Always, man. All of my, as of right now, everything, all of my merchandise and stuff, you already know that's in my.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
heavy.
the only thing
Yeah.
we didn't talk about. Yeah, so let's do that before. We'll do that as our little outro thing. So, uh,
Yeah.
he's got the I fight
What you got
for it
going on,
brand.
Luke?
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
that. How did that start, and how
Uh,
did you? Yeah,
well, that was one of the first things I got. So the way I operate when I do new things, man, I put myself in irreversible predicaments. So if I make my mind up to do something, I'll jump in big. Like for instance, back on my music stuff, when I decided to do music, I went ahead and bought all of my music equipment, which was thousands of dollars worth of shit. And it's like, okay, didn't know how to use any of it, but I got it now, right?
yeah,
So you can't go back now. Like, I
right.
mean, of course I could try to sell it and take it back or whatever, but no, it's in the house now. It's unwrapped. All right, now it's time to go. Now it's time to learn how to use it. So that's how I made myself focus on that. So with the I fight for it, what I in 2014, I still got a text message. Me and my boy Will was talking about it. I hired this. You know the movie. You know the show The Boondocks, right?
Boondocks, yeah, it's my
The
shit.
yes, hey, Aaron Magruder and all that. Well, one of his artists, the main artist on his show, is who I reached out to up in New York. She designed my logo. Now that was a pretty penny. I had to pay for that, right? So I was like, okay, this is going to be the logo that I use. This was before I had the smoker. This
Right.
is before I had
Yeah,
anything. I had the
that's right.
logo already done. Yeah. So once I got that done, that was my I can't go back. That was my back against the wall. See,
Yep.
I put myself in those predicaments on purpose. So I had to go nowhere but forward. So, long story short, I got that done, got that made up. I started putting it on everything, and just little stuff, patches here, uh, little things here and there. Then after a while, man, I got a site built up to where I'm selling shirts and uh, everything now. So my URL is in my it's on my IG page, my Facebook page, and
Yeah, we'll
it's
put
like
all that stuff down at the bottom of the screen right
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's on, and if you just go to the link in the bio, it'll take you straight to everything, yo. Now I got shoes, shirts, hoodies, hats, mugs, uh, shit, everything, man. Everything that I choose to put out there, man. And it's all self-contained and all ran by a company that I use that distributes everything. Jay, you know a little bit about all that
Yeah.
online stuff. You know how they work. So all I do is design it. I put it out there to them. I okay it for them to do what they got to do, and then send the link out, and then people shop it, and it's all over the world, man. I
Yep.
get I get I get alerts every time people buy things or stuff like that, and I love to hear that sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and fortunately, it's been doing pretty well. It ain't enough to sustain a complete living yet, but
Right.
it's good enough, man. It's an income,
It's a
and
revenue stream, man.
yeah, it's a
That's
revenue.
key.
It's,
Yeah.
exactly, it's a revenue stream that I built myself from scratch, and I'm very proud of it. And I'm doing some more things coming up with it. When I get the gym set up and stuff like I want, of course it'll be decked out in my own. You seen some of the fight gear
Yep.
that I would rock in my fights and stuff, and it just feels good to have uh, my own thing, man. So that's how that came about years ago, and it's still going strong, man.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
keep it.
You've
Hope,
been pushing that. Aaron just got a coffee mug recently. Like a
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't do
A
can
lot
or
of
one of them. Yeah. Yeah. She got
yeah,
one recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, she got the new
A white
it's
one.
yeah. I know. It's forgot the slogan. I just look. I be making them and then I
You
just
just
forget
bang
them.
it
I
out
just
and let
keep.
it
I just,
go. Put
yeah,
it out
yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah, bro. Yeah, man. But that's what I'm into when it comes to that, man. And it's a blessing. And I'm happy to do it, and I'll continue to do that for as long as I can, man. As long as I got the right frame of mind, and like I said, bro, it's something that I built from scratch, and I'm happy. I'm happy about it, man. So if y'all get a chance, check it out. Those that haven't, everybody that's looking at this wonderful podcast my man got,
Yeah.
check it out. Support.
Yeah, we'll put
If
the
you
link
want,
up for the shop
yeah,
and we'll put your link tree up obviously too so that you can get to
yeah,
everything. That probably the
yeah,
easiest thing. But we'll put a
yeah,
direct link up to the shop because there's some awesome stuff in there. You want to make
yeah,
sure
man.
we've done some collabs
Yeah.
in the past too. Some Urban Ninja
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Life Word
Oh yeah.
collabs. Yeah, we put some heat out.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we did. Yeah. I gotta put some water bowls, some water in my dog's bowls now. For them
And the
looking at
big
me like I'm
horses you
crazy.
got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right,
Small
Luke.
horses.
Well, man, we'll let you go, brother. I know you got stuff to do. I'm gonna get this thing all edited up. So this will go out tomorrow night around 10 o'clock. We'll be up on the YouTube channel. So I'll make sure I'll send you guys the links to it right away when it goes up, and we'll get it out there. And episode 1/2 officially in the can. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Oh.
Thanks for your
For sure,
time.
man.
For
No
sure.
doubt, bro. Yo, thanks for having me, man.